Hi, we are at the booth of Conductix Wampfler in Düsseldorf, and we have with us François Corso and Peggy Duch. François, can we start with you? Maybe you can introduce yourself and what you do at Conductix.
Yeah, so I've been working in Conductix since 21 years. My background is technical. I was the technical manager during more than 11 years. And I am now the business unit manager for this activity, including the technical aspect, marketing and sales for this segment.
And which particular industry, what markets do you handle?
I'm handling the fiber optic, the bare fiber industry, fiber optic cable and the copper stranding.
All right, super. I'll come back to you. I want to dive deeper into what you do and what products you do. And before that, Peggy?
So I'm Peggy Duch. I've been working for Conductix Group for 28 years. I was working previously as a marketing and sales director for a fiber optic business before François, and I had several other positions. And now I'm leading the factory, the plant. I'm the plant manager of Conductix Wampfler France, and we produce several types of products, not only fiber optic machinery. But also motor-driven reels and spring reels for different applications, mostly for container handling and mining and belts and stage technology and all these things.
All right, brilliant. So how do you guys, this question goes to both of you. Where do you see, I'm going to focus more on the fiber optics industry a little bit first. How do you see the fiber optics market currently and in the next 3 to 5 years? You want to start, Peggy? You want to take this question first?
Okay, so I'm less involved in the fiber optic market first because François is doing a great job on that. Yeah. But what I see is that production and need of fiber will increase, definitely because people work more from home, because we have data management, we have artificial intelligence that requests more bandwidth. So we will see more and more development of fiber. So clearly the investment will go on. There was a huge wave of investment in 2018, so I'm not sure it will increase in terms of production capacity, that it will increase up to that level, the level we have known the past 5 years, but we'll see that it will grow. And if we talk in terms of tendency, I think the automatic machines will be a bigger part of the business because the workshops need to be more and more automated.
Interesting. And with this recession, people are talking about in Europe, US, inflation being 40-year high in the US. Do you think that's going to affect the market, especially the fiber optic markets? Or markets in general?
I'm not sure about the market. I don't think so, because we see that this market is working differently from the other markets. Usually it's more active when the other markets are more flat. But in terms of production, I would more spoke about my side, that means fiber optic machine production. The current situation is not easy to manage because we have a lack of components that is reducing the increase of capacity of customers because we cannot release enough machine worldwide. It's not only fiber; it's in all business investment in new production machines.
Right.
It's more complex.
But you think that the recession and inflation still might not affect in the US they have announced like $200 billion for the broadband infrastructure, and I think quite similar is true in Europe and Europe as well. So.
We are still areas where we don't have enough bandwidth, we don't even have a proper network, so clearly we need to deploy fiber everywhere, and there is a huge need for development of the industry, so no question, the growth will go on.
Yeah.
So that's the...
And interestingly, what we have seen is broadband has become more and more an essential part of, it's like a need, like food, food, water, air.
Exactly.
People need it, and more people are working from home. So it looks like even if recession or inflation comes, I would still assume people would still want higher broadband speeds, and 5G is coming, things like that. Europe already has it. India is coming up with 5G, so probably things should stay consistent, at least, if not better, for the fiber optics market, I'm assuming. What do you think, François?
Yeah, you're right. the market of fiber is also lead, as Peggy said, with the 5G. but also with the FTTX. So when you said that the connection, the bandwidth from home is important, we see that the FTTX is really asking for more fiber, like the 5G standalone network as well. So we think that because of also of the freight costs which are increasing, we can see that some expansion could be led by the fiber producers everywhere in the world, not only in big countries like in China, but they are looking for investing in each country to localize the production close to the needs.
Okay, brilliant. So Conductix is an equipment manufacturer serving, as you said, the fiber industry, but also you do cable reels for infrastructure. Can we dive a little bit deeper on the fiber optic side, what equipment you make and what advances have you done so far?
So we are equipment producers for the bare fiber industry.
Bare fiber, you mean bare optical fiber?
Bare optical fiber,
yeah.
We produce all the winders, fiber spinning unit, capstan and proof testers for this industry. We develop today, as you know, the trends is that there is a lot of consumption of fiber, but the fiber has increased a bit in terms of price, but this is not a huge price. We are around $6 per kilometer for the single mode bare fiber, and the trends will continue to stick around this level. We Conductix develop new products, which is the fully automated proof test, the new range that we call the APC proof test.
And that's the picture over there?
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly this picture.
Ah, interesting.
So the main differentiating factors of this machine is that we can do the threading, the initial threading of the fiber, including the rethreading after a proof test break. That is really exceptional, and nobody in the world can do that.
Interesting.
Including the spool changeover, of course.
Okay.
And it can provide to the customer, really an increase in output and decrease in cost in manpower, because the machine can run by itself without operator intervention.
How many operators can manage how many of these?
We imagine that we can have one operator per 12 proof testers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. And this is connected to database and...
Yeah, of course. Some of the manufacturers have their own database, so the machine is connected to the database to exchange the data, the length of fiber, and the machine manage good fiber or bad fiber automatically into the machine.
Any new advances on the size and the noise levels of proof testers?
Yeah, sure.
You want to talk about it a little bit?
The machine is very compact. It's about 3.7 meter long, 1.7 meter in depth.
So is it been reduced now compared to what it was?
It has been reduced compared to the previous generation machine that we have.
Okay.
And the machine is completely closed, so we can close the door. The noise, there is a ceiling around the door to maintain the noise inside the machine, if any there is. Okay. So it's a very silent machine, especially in such workshop where the noise is quite heavy when you increase the speed.
And how do you explain reducing the size? I mean, doesn't proof tester require a certain size or length of fiber to be proof tested? How does it work? How can you reduce the size of...
So the proof test length has been reduced now up to 1.85 meter. This is something that enables us to reduce the size of the machine, including some clever things inside to make the machine much more compact than we were used to.
And I mean, is it like acceptable standard in the industry?
Yeah, sure. We are from the benchmark, one of the most compact machine in the world with such fully automatic function included.
So what was the proof length, test length before, and what is it
meter.
now? It was 10 meter.
Before it was 10 meter. Now we reduced to 1.85 meter. So this is one of the advantages, not only this one, that leads to reduction of the layout of the machine. As I told you, the machine is also automatic.
Okay.
So we have integrated a rack at the back side of the machine that get the empty and full spools on the same rack. which
Interesting.
is a very clever solution to make machines still compact with the fully automated machine.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Francois. Peggy, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate your time.